Hey y'all. Hey family, how y'all doing? Happy Tuesday to you. I'm glad everybody is here. That is here. You know how it is sometimes, it's almost like that parable about the feast. You can prepare a feast and sometimes the people that show up aren't even the ones that's invited, but the people that show up are always the ones who were intended to be there. So I thank every one of you for being here so we can have our little crown chat today. Y'all know I do my best to stick to that 1 hour. I go over sometimes. Forgive me. I run my mouth too much. I'm guilty, very guilty. But I want to do some housekeeping real quick. Y'all, please hit the like button for me, if you will. It means a lot to me if you do. Y'all hit the like button and help your sister out. I am always begging for likes. If this is your first time or you've been back a few times and you enjoy hanging out with the family, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell. Make sure you click all so that you don't miss out anytime we go live, whether it's a crown chat day or a front porch night, because we have fun up in here. We love, we live, we laugh, and we roast responsibly. So don't think it don't be some roasting going on over here, because it does. We act a fool when we need to, right? And we have a good time doing it because we're family and that's kind of our thing. So you're very welcome. If this is your first time, come again and come often. If you want to join channel membership, the link is in the description box below the video, and it's also a membership tab on the main channels page. Okay, I probably said that a little backwards, but anyway, that's me. Y'all know how that goes. I do apologize for my tardiness. I'm trying to pull myself together. Y'all know the sinuses are not fun. But I'm here anyway, and we're going to have our chats because I committed to do that. All right, let me holler at everybody who's in the room. Hey, Queena, how you doing? You working but listening. Hey, Wani, how are you? Jackie, how you doing, girl? Velma, good to see you. We got Egypt in here, one of my archangels, ready, sword ready to go. Hey, my Kia Coco Pop, how you been? She was Miss Harris, now she Miss Believe. I love it. She done changed it up on us, y'all. That's still our sister, though. Hey, learning to love myself. How you doing? We got my Christian Key up in here. Tina, the queen of cheesecakes. How you doing? Good to see you. Happy to be happy. That's my sleep angel. Good to see you. Queen Mermaid, our beautiful sister. How are you? I absolutely love you to pieces. We still enjoying all the good time we had celebrating your birthday. Jesse X, how are you? Sandra, good to see you. Marva, hey girl. Listen, I got to come up with another event for us to watch movies. Or I guess I know JC was saying we got to put the vote up for a movie night too, so we can plan for that. Hey, Auntie Eva, how you doing? Good to see you. Jazzy Cuteness, my beautiful niece. How are you? Nacho Twins mama, good to see you. I love when I get to roll through here and holler at everybody. S. Collins, how are you? My sis Jaja, how you doing, gorgeous? Good to see you. The beautiful Brooke, how are you? Our sis Ialode, how are you? Nika, all right. Mother of Diamonds. Yes, honey, the family is all here. The family is all here. BJ Des, how you doing, beautiful lady? How are you? How are you? It's Quasia. Our nephew, So Debonair, made it up in here. M.R. Spiller, my sis, how you doing? Oh, wow. I'm so excited that the family is here and we get to have us a good old talk today. That is absolutely everything. Cindy White, Sasha Ellis, good to see you. Is this Chell or Chelly? I want to say that's Chell. Hey, Chell, how you doing? Good to see you. Feels good being me. Good to see you. Beautiful picture. Hey, Yolanda Franklin. Hey, CC. How you doing, pretty lady? Good to see you. Olympia, how you doing? Oh, that's a pretty picture. Why everybody look good and I got to hide because I look like how I feel. Hey, Miss Sparkle. My small space, how are you? Irma. Hey, Irma. Good to see you. Listen, I love to make y'all laugh. It's fun. I like to laugh with you. Hey, Ray Ray all day. PBH, how you doing? Hey, Serene. All right. Hey, Odie Wright. All right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Odie been hanging with us more and more lately. Jinx. Hey, sis. Y'all excuse me for coughing. Jinx, I'm so happy to see you. Hey, Kim D, how you doing? Janice Christopher, Evangelist. Who else we got? Selena Lightfoot, how you? Good to see you. Dana Cutler and Miss Weedy Poo. Anybody else come in? Y'all forgive me if I don't get to say your name. Charge it to my head, not my heart, and definitely me trying to respect the time. Because I always appreciate y'all coming to hang with me, and I don't want to take your time for granted at all. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Also, I see close to 60 people up in here and there's 20 likes. Can y'all please hit that like button and help your sister out? Please, please. If you're already sitting down, just reach out there around the corner and tap that like button. And come on, reach your hand back in here. Okay, that'll be such a big help to me if you would do just that. I truly appreciate it here. Anyhow, let's get on into this chat for today. Oh, I see we got one dislike. Even the dislike, thank you too, because that's engagement and it means a lot to me. I appreciate it. 63 watching and 49 likes. Can y'all please hit the like button and help your sister out? I'd appreciate it. Okay. So now, what we're talking about today is rejection. Okay. Now, I know that's not a topic that everybody likes. Rejection ain't fun. Okay. But we're going to talk about how it's not the worst thing in the world. Hey, Jacqueline, it ain't the worst thing in the world. So we need to talk about this and get it on out there. Because I think sometimes we can have a negative way of looking at things and a negative approach to life that you absolutely miss what you could get from something. Like something positive could really come out of it, but you miss it because you keep looking at it in a negative way. You said you saw the title and fell out the bushes. I know that's right. Well, I'm glad you fell on out the bushes. Jazzy says she wish it was a love button. I wish I had love buttons and like buttons for y'all because I love all y'all comments. That's why I be trying to put everybody comments on the screen, but sometimes I miss. And Jazzy, you forgot to remind me to put my banner up. I remembered though. Okay, so when we start having our little chat about rejection, right? We got to talk about, hey, Miss Harry, we got to talk about, what it is, different kinds of it, how this thing really runs, and look at how it's positive and not just negative, okay? Now, rejection, just on its face, you just hit it, Queena. Okay, thank you, boo. Rejection on its face, it is textbook, the dismissing or refusal of a proposal, idea, etc. You know what I'm saying, right? Now, then there's social rejection. That's where an individual is deliberately excluded or alienated from social interaction groups or whatever like that. You got relationship rejection. Y'all know what I'm saying? Rejection from jobs, rejection from positions in organizations, all kind of rejection, all that stuff, right? So y'all know I like when we interact because when we all take part in the conversation, it goes a little bit better. Okay. Kim D says a no here is a yes somewhere else. That's right. That's a very good way to look at it. So in our interacting together today, y'all give me some of the feelings that you think are brought about when you feel rejected, when you get rejected in the past or whatever, because some of us is tough as nails now, and I get it. You might not feel a way now. I don't really feel a way now, to be honest. But we all know, we all have enough emotional IQ that we know the type of feelings that are evoked when we start to feel rejected. What are some of the emotions or feelings that are brought up when you start to feel rejected? Let's just say, Jake say, considering I just quit my job, this is interesting. Okay. It be like that sometimes. Sometimes it just, it fall right. Tina says sad. Hey, Mace, you made it in? Okay. Y'all, excuse me. Kia say unwanted and unloved. Okay. That's true. Wait. I'm about to miss something. Iolode says bruised ego. Yes. Less than, not loved or wanted. Jaja says isolation, not good enough. Shan said, Dana Cutler says angry. Hey, Maybelline, I seen you come in. Lenora says not worthy. Miss Sparkle says discouraged. I don't want to miss none of these. Shan says insecurity or feeling insecure. Okay. Let me see. Velma say not feeling accepted or good enough. Evangelist says confusion. Tina says hurt. Ray Ray says humiliation and embarrassment, but self-esteem levels will dictate the response to the rejection. That's true. That can be true. No self-worth. That's a heavy one, but it's true. Very, very true. I don't want to miss any of these because I know y'all got some good ones as always. Cindy White says isolated, anger, disappointment, feeling like you're not good enough. Makes me feel like something is wrong with me, that I'm not good enough. Okay. Jinx says disrespected. Yes, you can. Maybelline says mad, depressing, a failure, unappreciated. Okay. All of those things. Oh, these are good ones. Broken. Hey, Lady C Red, how you doing, baby? Good to see you. I'm glad you made it in. All right. So these are all very, very good ones. Lenora sent a super chat. Lenora, thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all know I get so excited anytime somebody takes time to support the stream. That is everything. I really appreciate you. And that's a good one. Downtrodden. Leslie Prim says alienation. Dana says vindictive. Oh, Lord. Girl, but that's real now. At least you kept it real. Miss Harris say deep depression. Janice Christopher says angry. And Otis says it make me want to look at myself. Yes, you start to overanalyze and examine yourself, and you can become overly critical of yourself. So these are all very good examples of how you can end up feeling. Marva says loneliness. When you start to feel rejection or when you have experienced rejection, right? So once we look into all those things, everything that was listed are negative emotions that are a result. And it ain't no right or wrong. That's perfectly right, because if that's how you felt, or those are the feelings that you've had as a result of experiencing rejection, then it's absolutely true and it's absolutely correct. 100% of the time, because that's what you felt. Nobody can discount your experience. That's what it was, right? However, just like you mentioned that, you know, some of these issues and emotions and things that you all brought out that you can feel as a result of rejection. Now, how many of y'all realize if you already got other issues, that rejection and those emotions can actually exacerbate your other issues? Let me explain. So, because I know sometimes I be saying stuff and it's like, what you talking about, girl? But if you already have abandonment issues, right? You already got issues of abandonment because of different things in your family or your past or whatever. Then when you start, that rejection can actually bring up those abandonment issues again. It can always, you know, exacerbate other things. Do y'all get what I mean? Can I get some bullseyes if y'all understand where I'm coming from? So see, this rejection thing can have a very heavy impact if we don't retrain our minds to look at it differently. Elode, you know where I'm coming from. She said, that's right. All right. Hey, Sharon, you made it in. So, and thank you, Miss Sparkle, Tina, Evangelist, S. Collins. I see the bullseyes coming in. I see the bullseyes coming in. Okay, so y'all know where I'm coming from. Now, one point that I want to make before I go any further is the fact that I'm saying how you look at a situation greatly determines the outcome. If you look at it one way, it's going to be the way you look at it. If you look at it the other way, basically you got the power to manifest what you want and shape your outcome. We're not victims. We are not victims. We have the power in our mouths. We have the power in our hands, our decision making, to shape the outcome that we want to have. You simply do not have to lay back and allow certain things to happen. Okay? You have to realize is every situation, including rejection, is dependent upon how you view it and approach it, right? If you see it as a problem, call it a problem, list it among your problems, guess what it's going to always be? It's going to always be a problem. If you begin to retrain the way you see things and see it as an opportunity, then that's going to change the outcome. What I mean by that is if you see it as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for improvement, an opportunity for repositioning, an opportunity for a comeback, a come up, or what have you, then the outcome is going to always be different. That's just food for thought. I ain't going off on no tangents, I promise. Okay? But That's all I want to say on that part. It's just, retrain the way you look at things. Don't look at every situation, even though it may have given you a negative feeling or a bad feeling. You can still choose not to look at it as a negative. Hey, Ms. Ree. So now, rejection can be good, and it can cause like positive pressure, like pressure you to do positive things to change some things around, right? Now, we talked about this briefly in our chat last week, a week before, whenever, when we were talking about obstacles and how obstacles present themselves before we have a breakthrough or a blessing. Remember that? Y'all remember that? And I mentioned the fact that rejection is a type of an obstacle. So sometimes, hey, Red Majestic Diva, sometimes it is just an obstacle, right? And we talked about during that chat the fact that these things come up, and by you running into them and having to make changes to get around the obstacle, it actually makes you better. So it's not a bad thing. Okay. One point that I want you to get. Let me check some of these comments because I see some comments and I don't want to miss nothing. Jazzy says, yes, because what's meant for you will be for you. Odie said, I had to watch my mother get beat and I felt hopeless. Okay, that's one of those things that will cause issues. And see, if you're not careful, Odie, rejection and stuff and different obstacles later in life can actually bring back and make you revisit some of those old emotions. Okay? He said, I deserve an apple today. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wish I had me an apple. I just didn't feel well enough to go to the store. Okay. So the first point that I want to bring after we talked about all that other stuff, I'm so conscious of time, y'all. Forgive me if I'm talking too fast. Y'all say something in the chat, make me slow down. But I just want to be very cognizant of your time, right? So the first point that I want to bring about how rejection can give you a positive outcome, right, is that one, it can be used to help you redirect your efforts or change your path altogether. I don't have my scribe here. I miss my DT, but he's all the way in New Zealand, so sometimes I just can't get him, right? But it can be used to help you redirect your efforts. What I mean by that is the thing that you're going at, you may have a goal, right? And you got your mind fixed on that goal, you're working toward it, but the way you're going about doing it, the way that you're going about doing it, it may not be working. It just may not be working. So you may be doing all the hard work, putting the effort in, but because it's not the right way, or that's not the direction you were supposed to take to get there, you may be met with resistance or rejection. And if you pay attention, it can make you go back and still pursue the same goal, but go about it a different way. And that's positive. And sometimes it can make you change your path altogether. It can make you change your path completely. It may be that you need to go back and try a whole other way. Try another avenue, try a different school, try a different employer, you know what I'm saying? It may make you reposition, and repositioning is important, and redirection. Sometimes that's all we need is a redirect, and then we take off. We off to the races. The second point that I want to bring that would make, rejection a positive and have a positive outcome is it can make you go back to the drawing board and get better at what you do. Hey, Lauren Frazier. Okay. It'll make you go back and get better at what you do. If you playing basketball and you're not the best, or you were good in your neighborhood, let's just say, and you go to college and you're like, I'm going to try out for the team, see if I can get me a scholarship. If you get rejected, it may not mean that you're not a good player, but it may make you go back and train some more and do some more work and get better. If you're a singer and you get rejected, it may make you go back and get some vocal training and get better. If you a cook, but they rejecting you at certain restaurants, it may make you go back and get additional training and get better. Sometimes having to be rejected Sometimes you have to be rejected so that you can really and truly see your full potential. If people just accept you without pushing you, if there's no push, that's the difference in being mediocre and being the best at what you do sometimes. So it's a positive thing. It can really make you go back to square one and rebuild. Sometimes it'll make you knock down the whole building and rebuild it. When you face that rejection, when you run into it, it's not a bad thing. Don't let it break you. When you have the bad feelings about it, I don't want you to feel like, that you need to wallow in that. Like I saw a few people mention depression. Don't wallow in the depression of it. It's not that, I'm not going to say it's not that deep, but don't allow yourself to get wrapped up in the negative emotion. Allow the negative emotion to be a catalyst to cause you to do something. If you reach your hand over the eye on the stove and it burns your hand, that's a negative stimulation. But guess what it makes you do? It makes you take your hand out from on top of that burner, don't it? Am I talking to anybody? Y'all know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you for the bullseye, Miss Sparkle. I appreciate that. Okay, Dana say, I believe that some rejection are blessings to put you back on track. Yeah, this is where I'm coming from. I want y'all to really get this thing, because we've all been in spots where sometimes you will quit. Sometimes you want to quit because you hit some rejection. Nacho Twins mama say, this is a direct shot at me, sis. I needed this message this afternoon. Well, I thank you for giving me the feedback and letting me know. You got to, yep, that's right, Christian. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from it. Move forward ever, backwards never. Don't fall back. Don't get caught up in the negative stimuli. When it happens, allow it to spur you into motion, into movement. Have it make you move. Have it make you move. If I walk out the door barefoot and the ground hurt my foot, that's negative. It don't feel good. But guess what happens? I pick my foot back up and go back in the house and put some shoes on. Anything that happens that causes a negative reaction or a negative outcome or a negative feeling, negative stimuli, make sure that you don't just wallow in it. You've experienced it, you felt it, you acknowledged it, and now what are you going to do? That's when you got to start asking the question, now what am I going to do? I tried to get back in school and the lady at the financial aid office just don't want to help me. Okay, so now what are you going to do? I'm trying to get my baby into this school and now they're saying I need money that I don't have. This doesn't feel good. I feel like I'm never going to win. This ain't going to go my way. Now what are you going to do? Get in the habit of asking yourself, now what are you going to do? All right, Odie, no problem. I hope y'all praying for me too. Love my dogs too. Say our answers can be yes, no, or wait. Yes, they can. There you go. There you go. That's right. Get back up. Try again. You just may have to revamp and do it another way. Gwen says, a friend once told me to make my setback a comeback. Exactly. Greetings from Vegas. Hey, Helene. Good to see you. And that's the thing. You're going to do something better. Very important. So when things start to happen to you, make sure that you're asking yourself those pertinent questions. Make sure you're asking yourself the real question. Now what are you going to do? You touched the stove. You found out it was hot. You got a blister. You got a water blister on the tip of your finger. Now what you going to do? Okay? You've been married to that man 15 years. Now he laying up with Miss Hattie down the street and she pregnant and he done walked out. Now what you going to do? Stop wallowing in the negative stimulation. Stop wallowing in it. Once you've experienced it at a certain point, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get up and do something different. What are you going to do? Ask yourself, now, what are you going to do? The next point I want to make is, the rejection, it can make you rethink some things. It'll make you rethink if the thing you after is even what you want. Okay, because I want to make sure that y'all on the same page with me. How many of you, by show of bullseyes, how many of you have been in situations where you were dead set that you were going to do something, get something, or be with somebody, only to find out that this wasn't what you wanted worth a darn? How many of y'all? Let me see some bullseyes. And then y'all start giving me some examples. Because I want to know if I'm the only one that's been through that. Because maybe it's just me. It could be just me. I have been a real bad screw up, in the first half of my life. I did a lot of, knucklehead type stuff. Okay, so I do see some bullseyes. Yeah, you end up running at stuff. Y'all give me some examples of some things that you went running after, only to find out it ain't what you wanted. You didn't need it. It was probably one of the worst things for you if you accidentally went and got it. Sometimes that rejection is there to save your neck. We talked about this before. Didn't we? Jazzy say me when I was with my ex-boyfriend. It's true. It's true. I had an ex that I wanted to hold on to for everything. And he wasn't worth the bullet it would have took to put him out of his misery. I mean, trash walking, y'all. Trash walking. I had never had a man treat me as bad as that particular man did. At all. Hands down. When I say the worst of the worst, the worst of the worst. Violent, cheater, liar, gaslighter, manipulator, narcissist. I mean, he did everything but do sacrifices to the devil under the full moon. And at the time, I thought that was what I wanted. I don't know why he's doing what he's doing. I was playing tough, but I was still hurt because this man was doing all this stuff. And sometimes that rejection is there to save your neck. Okay? Nika said, I wanted a relationship to work with this man. I didn't choose, though. LOL. But once I had him, I didn't chase, though. But once I had him, everything he did started to annoy me. Yep. Mm-hmm. Your ex, okay. Miss Harris say, I went through an unwanted divorce after 6 years, and I was devastated, but I had to keep going. I wanted it. He didn't want me. There you go. Bad relationship back in the day. I thought I wanted it, but it broke me back then. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. Christian say a certain car that was going to be way too much, and I wasn't going to be able to pay for it. Right. But if had you went on and got in that car, you would have ended up in a whole lot more trouble than you could handle. Auntie Eva say the house across the street, I wanted it so badly, would have been a bad fit for me ultimately. Uh-huh. It's true. Yep, that's right. DC made it in. Hey, DC. Y'all, excuse me. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes that rejection is there to make you stop, grab your accountability mirror and say, hey, is this what I really want to do? Is this really what I want? Because sometimes if you stop and examine it, it's not. It's not. Like with the car situation, Christian. I'm not saying yours, but I'm saying I've seen it. Some people will go get these cars, know they can't afford these cars, but they're getting into it because it looked good, and they trying to chase a feeling they had one other time when they had a new car, or they trying to get it to keep up with other people, or because they ashamed to be seen in the car that they in instead of being grateful that they got one, period. And what ends up happening is because you didn't stop to see, do I really just want this car, or is it because of reason A, B, C, or D? You get into trouble because you didn't accept that rejection when it came to help you. Yes, it'll help you dodge a bullet. There's been ladies that I knew. Now, this lady I've never been, but I knew a few ladies, good friends, family, and all, that end up running behind men. They ended up running behind them. And then when they, I think it became not even so much that they wanted the man, but they were competing with another woman. They didn't want that man. They just wanted to beat the other woman. So you have to really consider sometimes, is the thing that you're running behind, do you even want it? If the answer is no, I'm going to need you to check yourself. Think about it. Give it some thought. Because it may not be that that's what you want at all. Hey, Sharon Stanley. Jaja say, I chase friendships to find like-minded people. But at this point, I throw my hands up. If I walk alone, so be it. But you won't. What's for you will find you. Love My Dogs Too says another thing, getting caught up with lots of debt after college with all them credit cards, that was a bad time too. I feel free now. There you go. But the thing is, we have all done it. We run into situations that we didn't need to be in. And then when we got met with rejection, we didn't stop and examine whether we really wanted the thing that we were chasing in the first place. Christians say, right, I would have been living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, Lauren Fraser say the first time I received love, but ended up away from everything, my family, friends, isolated and in silence. Oh, wow. All right, Shakila say, stop trying to make fetch happen. Shout out Geneva. That, you know what, my baby is crazy. She do be saying that. Smart Cookie said, I wanted to be in an organization and they didn't accept me then. When I became Beauty of the Week, they were all up in my face. It's like that sometimes. It is. And I'm sure, Smart Cookie, that allowed you to see the type of people that you were trying to associate with. Hey, Candy. She says, hey, y'all, happy Triumph Tuesday. That's what I want y'all to do, is get your Triumph on, right? But I want you to look at another thing concerning rejection. And when you're met with a lot of it, okay? We can be met with a lot of rejection. And I don't know if y'all ever seen, y'all know me and my illustrations, I be trying to illustrate it to make it make sense. And I know, sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. But have y'all seen people work out with a medicine ball? How many of y'all know what a medicine ball is as it pertains to working out, exercising? How many of y'all know what a medicine ball is? Can I get some bullseyes or something in the chat before I start trying to explain something with something that people don't know what I'm talking about? You know those heavy weighted balls, Nacho Twins, Mama, Tina, Yeah, those heavy balls, they throw at you, you catch them, and all this stuff, and it's good for you. It works on your motor skills and your hand-to-eye coordination, your strength, and all this stuff, right? Jazzy don't know what it is, to be honest. Well, Jazzy, that medicine ball is usually, it used to be leather. I think they have like vinyl now, and they're weighted balls, and they call them medicine balls. And you work out with them. People can throw them at you, and they can also drop them on you, right? Drop them on your tummy or whatever. So that's the illustration I want to use. Hey, Sassy. So when you're using medicine balls, they have different weights. All of them are not as heavy as others. And one of the, real popular training they do is to drop that medicine ball in your tummy. They can drop it right in your tummy. And when they do that, it makes you tense up. It tightens your abs. A lot of times boxers use it. Jazzy says she's scared of them. Kevin's child, how you doing? I haven't seen you before. Says I had the worst kind of rejection. I was given, oh, Jesus, have mercy. No, ma'am. Now, you want to retract that, or you want us to retract it for you? That was too heavy. That was too heavy, baby. Anyhow, they drop it on your tummy. A lot of times the boxers will use it so that they can take a punch, and it toughens you up and it tightens you up. Thank you, DC. I appreciate it. My archangels are the bomb. Yeah, Candy says, ouch. Yeah, I'm telling you. So when they drop it on your belly, it tightens you up, toughens you up. And I feel like sometimes rejection and different negative stimuli, painful stimuli in life can be a lot like that medicine ball. If it drops on you enough, it should serve to toughen you up, not to beat you down and break you down to where you can't come back from it. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Can I get some bullseyes if I'm somewhere on point? Because I can't hear y'all talking unless we go into Zoom. And then when we get in there, a lot of y'all be on mute. Okay? So y'all let your sister know if you know what I'm saying. At first it's tender. It'll leave you sore. You might end up with bruises. But the more you do it, the harder your abs get. The tighter your abs get. The more you can take the pressure. The more you can take the lick. You don't break down because you felt pressure in your gut. It doesn't feel good, but sometimes you can become accustomed to it. That's right, Shakila, my other Aquarius up in here with my back. Builds resistance. Yes, use it to your advantage. Don't start to feel bad the minute something doesn't go the way you want it to. Yeah, it strengthens your core. And girl, that thing got a double meaning, don't it? It strengthens your core, your inner being. Because what starts to happen when you hit rejection after rejection and wall after wall, you start to be almost unfazed, unbothered by rejection. It don't bother you. It doesn't stop you from going forward. It just helps you to learn. It helps you to understand how to redirect yourself. It helps you to be more versatile. It helps you to be more resilient. That's the word I was looking for. Resilient. Selena said, I had applied for a job and had all the qualifications and didn't get the job. I was hurt. Come to find out the company went out of business. Right. It wasn't for you. And the more you go through that type of stuff in life, the more you realize, okay, it's a reason why this wasn't supposed to be for me. I got it. Move on to something else. And you may find out way later down the road what the reason was that you weren't supposed to go that way. Yeah, you don't kill what don't kill you make you stronger. It's true. Kia says many times rejection is for your protection. I went through this and didn't realize it at first until I received divine understanding later. It's true. Hey Jamie, how you doing? Yeah, it wasn't for you. And when things ain't for you, you got to accept it and move around. Don't get hung up. Don't get hung up on nothing. When it happens, take it just like that medicine ball to the gut. Take it and keep taking that lick. If they drop that medicine ball on your gut one time, are you going to get stronger? No, it has to be a repeated action. This is a part of life. This is a part of the dance we do in order to get better, in order to be better, in order to be great, to be an example, to be leaders, to be mothers. Okay? This is what we do. Candy says faith fatigue, but a setback is a setup for a great comeback. It's good for you. Yes. And girl, that's one of my favorite verses. It was good for me that I fell into diverse temptations. That's right. Jinx says, I agree. Rejection can also be a means of protection. It's true. It is so true. So just like you would sit there, well, maybe some of you wouldn't, but I've done it. And I think it's very helpful and it was worthwhile. Just like you can take the medicine ball to the gut, the repeated drop, the tensing up, the clenching, the preparing, the getting yourself ready. You take this stuff in stride. It's a part of preparing you for something bigger and better than what you're doing right now. I need you to understand that wherever you are along the road, this is not your final destination. And I don't know who don't understand that, but I feel like somebody don't get it. At some point, you can get to a point where you rest on your laurels and you start to tell yourself you have arrived. Let me tell you, you have not. You have not arrived. There's still more that you need to do. There's still more that you need to strive for. And you can't be afraid of rejection to get it done. Okay? You got to start to view it. Change the way you see it. Start to view rejection as redirection or repositioning. Okay? This is really what it is. Now, the flip side of this conversation. Hey, D. Let's see what D say. D say rejection can lead to other positive outcomes if you learn from the experience. Jamie says sometimes you have to fall, fail, or be rejected so that you're redirected to what's really meant for you. That's true. Hey, spiritual babe, I ain't seen you in a little bit since I missed you. Says rejection is God's protection. We must remember pressure turned us into diamonds. Right. You ain't gonna without pressure, it's just a lump of coal. I promise. Iolode says rejection is a part of the journey. It helps us to navigate the course. Life is a lesson no matter how old you are. Hey, Yvette, you made it in? All right. So now here's the flip side to what we're talking about, right? The flip side to what we're talking about is I want y'all to know when you need to reject something, someone, or some folks. There are some things that you have to reject. Rejection is positive then too. Okay, hey Keisha E. I got it on another device as well, Marva. Mine ain't buffering. So you got to really think about the flip side, which is when you need to reject a person, an idea, a thing, a group, a situation. Hey, iridescent unicorn farts, missed you, Bookie. You know, I'll be looking for you every time. The reality is there are some situations that you need to reject. I can tell you first and foremost, anything that does not serve you, it doesn't serve your character, it doesn't serve your goals or your end game. If it's against your person, if it's against your beliefs, if it is against your integrity, you need to reject it. You've been working? Okay. Well, I'm just always happy to see you. Whenever you show up, I'm happy to see you. Learn to reject things. And I think sometimes because we do have all these negative opinions and negative feelings associated with rejection on our own side, we feel guilty and we are slow to reject bad situations. We're slow to reject them because of the negative connotation that comes along with rejection. Okay? Now, remember, I just told you, we got to stop looking at it negatively and start to view rejection as redirection or repositioning. If we start to see it that way, wouldn't that make it easier for you to stand up and reject certain situations? Can I get a bullseye or anything if y'all get what I'm trying to say? Or if y'all don't get what I'm saying, just tell me, no, we don't understand you. We don't know what you mean by that. But let's tell me something either way. But I feel like if you take away the negative connotation associated with rejection, you won't be so scared to reject a situation, an idea, a person, a job, an opportunity, or whatever. Okay? Take away the negative connotation. Let me say it like this. I've had to, in a way, oh Lord, Jinx say I'm on her foot again. I'm sorry. See, let me move my big feet out the way. I ain't mean to do that. I ain't mean to do that. But I gotta tell it like it is because I've done it too. And y'all know how we do in Crown Chat. We keep it all the way funky. Hey DT. Oh, I'm glad you came, even if you just woke up. So the reality is take away the negative connotation. Take away all the feelings of anger and depression and sadness and somebody said vindictiveness, all that stuff. Take all that scary stuff away from the word rejection and you replace it with repositioning or redirection, right? I've been in situations where I've had to low key reject friends. And it wasn't even like I'm going to throw you away. It's just I have to change the nature of the relationship. I can no longer relate to you the same way I related to you prior. And if you take away the negative, and then it's just a matter of repositioning and redirecting. Got to redirect it because this is not going the way it's supposed to go. It's not going, this ain't going the right way. You know, if it's a situation, I don't care if you're in an organization and you're enjoying yourself. The minute that what they're doing is against your integrity and you know, and you don't believe in what's happening, guess what? You need to reject that relationship. You don't have to throw nobody away. Y'all know I'm the last one to say throw a person away. You just may have to change the nature of that relationship. You gotta reject that. Like I can't do that. You know? There you go. Be true to yourself. Take the negative away from rejection. Rejecting a thing can save your life. If it's something that's altogether evil, absolutely reject it. And don't you feel no way about it. Just like when we talked about those negative dreams and negative visions that are looking for your agreement. Okay, sorry, y'all. So, in any event, what I was saying is that, there's going to be times where people do not understand why you're making the moves you're making. But you still have to make those moves and you have to do what's best for you. You can't always concern yourself with whether they understand what you're doing for you. They may not always understand. A lot of times they're not going to understand. And that's okay too. That's okay if they don't understand. They don't have to. But you still have to do what is best for you. Jinx says, and this, my dear, is why I walked away. Yep, you have to. It's okay. And you can love from a distance. DT said, change your mind about how you see rejection. Think of it as repositioning and realigning so as not to compromise your integrity. It's true. You got to be able to do things a different way. You can reprogram the way you see the world. You can reprogram the way you see rejection. You can reprogram a whole lot of things. Okay? Lauren said, I had to reject friends when I finally convinced our son couldn't have the negativity around me. When you conceived, you mean? Okay, gotcha. A spiritual babe says, true, can't serve two masters. You're going to love one and hate the other. You better say that again. Okay? Exactly. But I'm going to tell you something else. There's been people that have been part of organizations, and maybe you joined the organization before you learn better. And once you learn better, then you had to change your whole way of how you related. I'm not going to call no names of no organizations, so y'all ain't got to worry. Okay? I ain't going to call no names. But there are organizations that people have joined and then later on found out that some of these organizations or secret societies actually stood for things that they were against fundamentally. And so they had to reject it and walk away. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a very healthy thing to do. Hey, Kobe. So consider that rejection is not negative. Take the negative connotation out of it. Understand that to reject something, if we go back to our definitions, is simply, is this is just on its face, is simply dismissing or a refusal of a proposal, idea, person, group, whatever. I'm just saying no to it. No isn't negative. No is just no. Delicia says something is not your seasons. Maybe it's not the right time. That's true too. That's true too. And mind you, we can end up rejecting situations and come back to it later. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe the guy that's approaching you, everything about him is just fine, but it's just not right now. Yeah, you handsome and whatnot, and you still in school, but holler at me when you get your stuff together. Take the negative connotation out of it. Because rejection is a necessary part of life. Okay, Dana say make lemons into lemonades. Okay, DT came in on the second half and he giving us the notes on when you need to be doing some rejecting. Lesson 2, if the organization you see actually rivals the values that you hold tightly to, reject that organization and walk away. Rejection can also be a positive connotation. It's true. It's true. And Keisha E got a good one here. She said, when people tell me I've changed, I thank them because I know God is working for my good. Yeah. Sometimes people telling you you changed, that's a good thing. I sure have. I sure have. You can't never make me feel uncomfortable with you changed. You can't make me feel uncomfortable with none of that. I reject all negative, stimulation. I'm going to accept the fact that my change was for my good. Christians say, that's right. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. No means no. Yes. No is not, I hate you. No is not, I don't want what's best for you. No is not, I don't want good for you. No is simply no. And y'all the ones taught me that no was a complete sentence because I didn't even know that. But y'all gave me no was a complete sentence and I just love it. Hey, voice. Latavia says rejection is God's protection, and it is. So I want us to start seeing things a different way. Train your mind to see things a different way. Sheila says, "Hey Sheila, rejecting is mindset that is healthy, that is a healthy source for yourself." It's true. Miss Reese say, "I rejected a relationship with my husband for a long time. I needed him as a man, not a boy." You better say that again. Once he became a man, then that's what you needed. When he was a boy, you couldn't do nothing with that. We have to really consider rejection as repositioning, redirecting, and that will change the way we approach things. And the situation comment that I made earlier, this that applies to everything and not just rejection. And I want y'all to kind of really take that away from this whole talk. We got all of the takeaways, all the things that we can take away from this conversation. We know what it is. We explored all of the negative feelings that can follow behind rejection. We have, let's see, we've covered the fact that rejection can be positive, can be seen as redirection and repositioning. We have covered the points that it can be used to help you redirect your efforts, change your path altogether. It can be used to make you go back to the drawing board to get better at what you do, your craft or your skill. It can make you rethink and examine if the thing that you're chasing is what you really want at all. Okay? So we covered that. But one of the biggest takeaways, let me get DT's notes. Always remember that rejection can mean redirecting. Sometimes it's not always bad. Always remember that no is always a complete sentence. Yes, thank you. I didn't want to miss none of your notes because I'm always happy when you here to put them in there, okay? And Spiritual Babe says learning when to say no will save your life. Yes, it will. But the main takeaway that I want us to have from this, it applies to rejection, but it applies to so many other things, is that every situation's outcome is dependent on how you view and approach it. Every situation, I don't care what it is, I don't care how bad, how heinous, how painful, how devastating, how heartbreaking it is, every single one of those things, the outcome is dependent on how you view and approach it. Most of y'all know Oprah's story. Oprah had a terrible situation coming up, and that lady turned it into something phenomenal. I'm not even an Oprah fan, but I give props where they do. Okay? She turned it around. Mike Tyson's situation was not great, but the approach to it and the view of it by the people around him who saw something different, it made a difference. Seriously. A bad situation is all in how you look at it. You know, you have people, even my own life. I've had people that's like, well, how do you still say you loyal to your family and look how they treated you X, Y, and Z? It's all in how you look at it, how you approach it. And then the outcome can be positive. I had people literally say to me, I don't understand that. It's bad that they did you like this, that, and the third, but and I'm not gonna get into all that today. That's just, is what it is. It's water under. It's really water under the bridge, as far as I'm concerned. But I look at those situations, and I ran into in my own home, not from my daddy, of course, but rejection and being mistreated and misunderstood, and sometimes punished if not really understanding what you was getting punished for, all kinds of little things. And I joke about it and laugh about it that I heard I was ugly every day of my life, but I looked at all that not the way other people would have looked at it. It made me tough. It made my skin really thick, to the point where by the time I went to school, people calling me tall or saying my eyes were slanted, kid stuff. It didn't affect me. It didn't stop me. And I saw some of my contemporaries who went through kid stuff, and kids said things, they broke down and they couldn't get their work done and they couldn't focus and they were crying in class and different things like that. And I made it a part of me, and it wasn't even in a way like I was so smart and ahead of my time. It wasn't that. It was just that I still had somebody positive there who helped me kind of look at things a different way. And the truth of the matter is, even in my life now, when people see me and they see how I do things, a lot of it has to do with the fact with me being able to take away something different and to look at it differently. I'm supportive because I didn't always have support. I love people because I didn't always feel loved. Daddy was there, but when daddy wasn't there, it was a little tough. It was a tough spot I was in. I encourage people because I didn't always have encouragement. Sometimes I had to sneak to do things because I knew people would try to stop me before I got going. So yeah, you'll see me get behind people and push and cheer for them and do whatever because I didn't always have it. I'm always celebrating how beautiful my sisters are because y'all are gorgeous because I didn't have that. And I know that at that time it would have meant a lot to me, but because I didn't have it, I make it my business to give it out. So you can take anything, I don't care how ugly, abuse, mistreatment, disappointments, heartbreak, whatever, and you can turn it into something else. Some of the things that I suffered at the hands of men, it made me, in my opinion, a better mother because I hovered over my children like a helicopter. You just wasn't going to get to them. So you can take anything that has been negative and you can make it into something good. I want y'all to take that if you don't take nothing else. If you see it as a problem, you call it a problem. Every time you turn over, this is a problem. See, my problem is this and my problem is that. First of all, if it's a problem, why are you calling it yours? Stop claiming it. That's number one. But if you keep seeing it as a problem, referring to it as a problem, it's going to always be a problem. But I'm challenging you, fam, if you start to view these things as opportunities, it's going to change the way you approach it. It's going to change the way that it hits you. If you see it as an opportunity for growth, improvement, repositioning, training, conditioning, some things that are bad that happen to you are just to condition you. You never know what's coming later. So don't be so mad at the strength training and conditioning that's going on right now. And let me throw this in real quick before I shut up, because I'm finna shut up in a minute. We coming up on our hour, and I want to try to stick to what I said. It might be a little over, but forgive me. Some of y'all be up here praying for stuff that you don't want to. Hey, Alexis E. Some of y'all be sitting up real hard down praying, hollering and crying and milling around in front of the altar, asking for stuff you don't want. Let me tell you what I mean. How many of y'all, let me see a show of bullseyes real quick. Hey Marlette, you gonna catch the replay? Okay. I want to see a show of bullseyes. How many of y'all done open your mouth and prayed for strength? S. Newton, DC, you got that? Or you need me to get it? Because we ain't with it today. We're going to reject that. So, okay, I'm seeing bullseyes. How many of y'all actually prayed for strength? Who did it? Who did it? Because one of y'all done it. Somebody did it. I'm seeing bullseyes. Okay. When you prayed for strength, let me put this thing in perspective for you. Because I had a very good friend who put it in perspective for me years back. How do you gain strength, right? When you go to the gym, how do you get strength? You put weights on the bar, right? You put weights on the bar and you start with one weight and you continue to push and you increase your strength and you continue to push and you increase your strength and so forth and so on, right? And as you continue to increase your strength, you add more weight to the bar. Okay. So when you go down there acting like Mr. Brown and you hollering and walling around at the altar and you laying in your bed at night, you, oh Lord, give me strength. Be careful, because the way you get strength is by adding weight. Keisha said you praying for strength and direction on the daily. Okay, so how do we get that direction and redirection and whatnot? You might run into some rejection. How you gonna get that strength? He's gonna put weight on you, and then you steadily saying, "Why am I going through all this? Why all this stuff keep happening?" You keep praying for strength. Lord, I need more strength, and then He put more weight on you. I sure need some more strength, and then He put more weight on you. I just need you to increase my strength, and He keep putting weight on you. Meanwhile, you hollering about the weight that's on you. Stop asking for what you don't want. Or if you really want it, I want you to look at it a whole different way. Look at it a whole different way. If you ask for strength and more weight is added to the bar, thank Him for the weight and keep pushing. Even if you got a strain, somebody that'll spot you. Y'all know who that'll spot you. I ain't got to tell you, this ain't church. But we all know who our spot is, don't we? Be careful. Be careful. That's right. Let the strength come naturally. Don't be sitting there, Lord, give me strength. I sure need some strength. Please increase my strength. And then hollering when the weight keep getting added to the bar. When you start asking for things, be careful. When you start talking about I need patience, and they telling you trials work with patience, you keep getting all them trials. Why this keep happening? Well, you said you wanted patience, right? That's right. Thank you, family forever. That's a good one. Good one, Lady C Red. Yeah, you need resistance to build strength. Hey, Snooky. Exactly. Don't pray for no patience and stuff unless you know what you're saying. Be careful. Jaja say a rough and ragged road, I see. I'm telling you, you got to be careful what we say. That's right, Vet. But you got to think about it like that. You got to take time and think about it like that because that's what's going to happen. What you say out of your mouth, that's right, Keisha. Power in the tongue. That's why I keep telling you all about making negative confession. Don't say negative things against yourself, your children, your family. You end up laying curses accidentally because you getting emotional and popping the mouth off. Don't do it. And the same thing when it comes to the obstacles that are in your life. Don't go hollering about you need strength because then you're going to end up with more than you asked for. And definitely don't start referring to them as a problem because a problem is just that, a problem. But an opportunity gives you room to be, do, and have a whole lot more. Essence, I ain't seen you so long. She said a lot has been going on, but prayer has brought me through. I've been lurking and will continue to do so, but wanted to pop in and say amen. I love you and I miss you. Okay? Love my dog too. Say I love these crown chats. I leave here feeling fulfilled and encouraged. Well, that's what we do here. We try to encourage each other because I depend on y'all too. Miss Reese said, yes, strong black women can be negative. I don't want to be strong enough to carry all the load all the time. Yeah, because I don't believe in that strong black woman trope. We are women. Okay? Nobody should be putting pressure on us to try to be strong for everybody. It's not true and it's not fair. We have a right to be vulnerable. We have a right to have some fragility. We're not rocks or trees. We're people. We're women. We have emotions. We have feelings. That's why I keep telling y'all if you feel like you need to cry, cry. And anybody tell you that you shouldn't, you need to get these people away from you because they're toxic and they're asking you to do something that's outside of your nature. DT said, I did pray for strength. I had a whole lot of family situations, and the icing on the cake was rejection of a scholarship applications. It was then I realized I needed to pray for opportunities and love. That's right. You got to stop. Marlette said, I stopped asking for strength and patience. Show me what to do. That's what I asked. That's right. Because if you ask for that, be prepared for everything that comes along with it. Because there may be times where you may legit need to ask for that. And you really may need it. There you go. I love it, Deborah. I love it, Deborah. Okay, Jackie said, I asked for strength to pull me through this illness. That's right. And you may need it, Jackie. And we're going to add you to our family prayer list. You're going to be cool. Don't worry. You're going to pull through it. Sharon says, thank you so much for saying that. Too much of this is mammy energy disguised as strong black woman energy. Yes, it is. Feeling like we owe the world something. We don't. We do not. Love my dogs too. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I love you and I thank you. I appreciate you for supporting the stream. Ms. Reed says, I was taught by my granddad never say I'm broke, but say I don't have it right now. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. Control what you say. Pick your words. Y'all know we covered that so long back in one of our earlier crown chats. Pick your words. Don't just be spitting out stuff, just saying stuff all willy nilly, as they say. Be careful with your words. Candace, oh, I love it. She says, if you if God if you ask God to show you his will, he will. But we have to stay the course. That's so true. Hey Samaj, I'm glad you made it. That's right. You don't have to be strong for everyone. You absolutely do not have to be strong for everyone. Be enough for you and trust that you're enough. We have to stop putting that pressure on our sisters as well. Hey Marcella, she says I pray for everyone on these chats. Love you, Shanitra. You're truly amazing, and so are you. So are you. How's hubby doing? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, words create worlds. They do. So I want y'all to take that with you today. I think we had a nice chat. Y'all gave me lots of feedback, and I am enjoying it. I always enjoy it. We done ran over by about 8 minutes or so, so y'all don't kill me, please. I'm being very careful, okay? But I do enjoy talking with y'all, so I try not to rush out. I don't like to rush out, but I still try to stay true to my word. Jaja says, what is the proper prayer petition? If strength or patience, if not strength, patience, or etc. Because trouble will always be here as long as we pull breath. That's true. Now, here's the thing when it comes to that. If you actually want strength, go ahead and pray for it. Just be prepared for what's coming with it. Strength is not something that's going to float down, from heaven like a feather on the top of your forehead. That ain't how that works. So be prepared for every weight that may be added to your bar, if that's really what you want. If you really are praying for patience, be prepared for the trials that are going to come to prepare you for that patience. Okay? So it's absolutely proper if that's what you want. But be sure that's what you want. If you're in a situation and you need to get through it, then what you might want to do is say, Father, help me to get through this. Show me what to do to get through this. Give me the wisdom and knowledge to know how to get through this. Teach me what I don't know. There's 100 things you can say other than putting yourself, in a spot that you don't intend to be in. Because if you don't intend to put all that weight on your bar, it can become bothersome or cumbersome. You at Fashion Week, Samaj? Oh, wow. Take lots of pictures for me, okay? Thank you, Nacho Twins Mama. Okay, Candace said, I was typing so fast I left out a word. I'm learning to be careful what you put in the atmosphere. That's true. That is true. Spiritual Babe said, I ask for discernment, healing, and grace. Beautiful prayers. Marcella says, hubby is eating and got his color back. All right now. I'm in love all over again. Girl, you better be every day. Marriage ain't easy now. You better tell these young girls they think a lot of them think it's a walk in the park. Family forever say you don't have to be strong. Why? Men supposed to be trust your heart. Let love be your strength. Love is the true strength. That's nice. I like that. That's right, Sharon. Wisdom. Oh, Delicia, thank you so much for the super sticker. Y'all about to put my eyelashes in jeopardy. I appreciate y'all supporting this little stream. I know we ain't got much over here and we ain't many. But you know how it is. When we talking that real talk, it ain't gonna never be the same crowd as when we talking that silly stuff. But I appreciate y'all supporting the stream. It means so much to me. I appreciate it. All right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we glad to hear that he's doing a whole lot better. Okay. Selena said, my mama told me that pink thing in your mouth can get you in a world of trouble. Yep, and my mama used to call it that little red flannel. So you got to be careful what you say. Words are powerful. So listen, guys, we already over our hour by 11 minutes. I'm trying to do better. Okay, I'm trying to do better by getting us out of here on time. I thank you all for bearing with me when I do run over the time, even though it's not intentional. I love you so much. Hold on, Jaja say I wish you would go over. I wish you'd go over an hour. I've been missing you. You should go as long as your time permits. Oh, that's so sweet. 18 years on the 26th. Listen, I was just trying to be mindful of everybody else's time. I know we got things to do, so I don't, I just, y'all know me. I don't want to be inconsiderate of anybody if I can help it. But that's the only reason I do that. And I miss y'all too. I slowed down the last couple of days coming on and not doing the good mornings because y'all know I have not been feeling well. But I don't want to miss our crown chats no matter how I'm feeling. So even if I got to lay down and still read off my notes and go through everything, then that's what I do. Miss Mo1 says also something I've learned. It's okay to say no. You don't owe anyone but you. That's true. Thank you, Lauren. Okay. Marlette says, I'm glad I'm a Crown member. This is one of the best pages of YouTube. Thank you, Shanitra. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much, Marlette. I appreciate it. So listen, we may do something. Um, I'm getting a little bit better. I'm getting tougher. I'm an old battleship. I'm getting tougher. I am Miss Ree, I promise you. And we'll be able to sit up and laugh and cut the fool a little bit more. We're gonna go a little bit further. I just got a little, bogged down. My sinuses are getting better. I think my face still has a lot of pressure. And then today my ears were kind of popping and had a little pain in it. So I'm just trying to keep drinking my teas and stuff. I'm hoping that it's just like a fluid situation. Love you too, Sharon. Thank you, Spiller. I appreciate you. Love you. Been drinking my tea and stuff, using my Watkins ointment and everything because I don't want this to turn into an ear, nose, and throat situation. But yeah, exactly. Exact girl, you already know. You already know. I'm trying. I'm trying. So I'm watching it. I'm doing the best I can. Yesterday I went on with good boy. Y'all know I love baby brother. So I went on with him and I was trying to be on camera. I felt so bad. Y'all, quiet as kept. I had to shut that camera off and lay down. I could still hang, but I just had to lay down. My body felt tired. Um, because it takes a lot out of me. I'll be honest, but I'm still moving. I'm still going, and we still trust our source. Y'all know what time it is. But listen, I'm gonna get on up out of here and let y'all have your. Wait a minute, lady. See, you say the link to the merch shop didn't work. Hold on, let me double check that because we still got the merch there. And then as soon as we can get through the baby shower. Well, actually, not the baby shower. I actually got to add the merch for. Wait a minute. Lady, see, I just tapped it and it took me straight there. Go to the description box below the video and tap the merchandise link, and that'll take you to the store. I just checked it. Yep, and y'all have been so awesome today. I got 122 likes, and the people, them 3 people that gave me them dislikes, thank y'all too. They don't know how much that be helping me. I appreciate that. Yeah. If I come up short and I don't bring the chat like I'm supposed to, and we don't get a good talk in, yeah, I'll hit the dislike. I don't care. I appreciate it. At least that let me know when I'm on point and when I'm not. So I appreciate that. You say thank you. Glad I caught you today. You all have an awesome rest of your day. Be safe out there. Feel better. I will. So listen, I'm gonna let y'all get back to your Tuesdays. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. I hope y'all have a great Tuesday, productive, positive, all that good stuff. Okay. And oh, you tried the one in the chat. Yep, try the one in the description box because maybe it didn't show up in the chat. So, but y'all have a great Tuesday. Y'all remember to be encouraged. Most of all, remember to encourage somebody else. Okay. I will see you guys a little later on. I really appreciate you, and y'all have a great afternoon. Okay. Bye, y'all.